Hello my friends and welcome to a new video. Today a review about the freestanding keyboard and mouse tray of Trak Racer. I have to say, up until now I hadn't thought of buying a stand for my keyboard yet. I used the floor and various other surfaces in my garage to store my keyboard. While the configuration of the keyboard's position is amazing and the stability is probably the best I have seen so far, it does have its flaws. I tend to forget sometimes I place it by my feet. And I can tell you that these little Logitech keyboards are tougher than they look. At the moment it comes in at €99 with an MSRP of 109. And with this, a big thank you to Trak Racer for their confidence in my reviewing abilities. I received this piece of hardware for evaluation. I did have some keyboard stands in the past, but those were like integrated with the cockpit itself. I remember the one of Race Room, the R3055. It was a horrible piece of hardware. I was really upset that I paid, I think it was €50 for it, and it was like a plate on a rod that fitted in another tube, and it was like very shaky and stuff. So yeah, I do have a bit of experience with those. This one is a freestanding stand, and I think it's a pretty decent quality. The Trak Racer stand has a very sober design. It features a matte black powder coating which seems reasonably resilient against scratches. As accents there are the white Trak Racer logo on the side of the clamp and a very nice Trak Racer printed foam pads. So is it a sturdy solution? I think yes. If you compare it to what is out there on the market, which is similar, I think it is really sturdy. But don't forget, you only have like one attachment point which carries this entire structure here. So there will be some flexing which originates mostly here on the moving part of the keyboard holder. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it is enough if you want to type a bit. Then it is sturdy enough. It doesn't make any noise either. So it's very quiet, because with the other things that I tested you heard like the clunk of the metal. This is not the case, so very nice. If you want to make it more sturdy, then you can add an extra attachment point. Now I have my Trak Racer rig here, and I have like this little remote control for the butt kicker, on which I can actually lean the part of the mouse holder. I can lean upon it, and then it becomes already a lot more rigid. Now if you don't have that, but you have an extrusion rig, you can always add like this little triangle to the frame and then just let your keyboard and mouse lean on it. Also, it is to be noted that this is a side keyboard. Its purpose is to have short keyboard sessions and a keyboard by your hand. For real office use, in case you would think of building a home office SimRig hybrid, it would not be suitable. For this, the keyboard needs to swivel and the possibility to extend even more central than its arm will allow, plus an attachment point at the other side of the rig. It would make this stand much heavier, much more complex and much more expensive than it is now. What I also really like is that the foot is made out of a big disc, very heavy, and the edges of this disc are coated in some rubber material. This makes it slide a lot less, makes it less prone to sliding, and it also protects your floor, because I have had some metal feedy thingy and I made a lot of scratches on my floor. This isn't the case with this one, so because of the rubber foot it has on it. The foot is, with 1 centimeter height, very thin, which makes it easy to partly slide under objects like your SimRig. This feature helps immensely with the efficiency of your keyboard holder in most cases. It measures 66 centimeters from the bottom to the top of the pole. It is about 50 centimeters deep and 48 centimeters wide, with only the keyboard holder, and 69 centimeters with the mouse holder attached. The foot itself measures 45 centimeters in diameter. The entire structure is made out of steel, and this translates to a respectable 13 kilograms. So the stand comes with the keyboard holder and the separate mouse pad, which is a bit lower here. I think it is a very ergonomical position to sit in and to work, to type in. But yeah, I won't be using the mousepad part because yeah, I have the touchpad integrated into my keyboard here, so I won't be using this. But of course, you can still use it if you don't use it for the mouse. You can put your bobble head on it, you can put a button box on it. I mean, it is very multifunctional. So there is also some configuration that you can do. At its highest, it will come with the edge here of the keyboard holder. It will come to 68 centimeters high. But it can also be adapted on the fly by using this lever here, and then you can drop it a bit more. You also have the ability to change it at the pole itself. So there you have 16 centimeters from the highest point to the lowest point. I will put it a bit higher because on my extrusion rig I sit in GT, so this is always a bit higher than you have with Formula. The mousepad also can be moved closer and away, and of course, like I said, you can just take away the entire mousepad if you want. Are there any structural issues? Yeah, not really. It's made out of steel and very stable. It does sag a bit to the side where the mouse tray is attached, depending on the position of the keyboard holder. I don't think there is much that can be done to avoid that, apart from creating an extra attachment point yourself. Are there any things I could see improvement in? Absolutely. For me personally, I would opt for small round wheels to move the stand and a pedal operated retracting mechanism to have it fixed on the spot. I tend to move the stand around a lot. I assume most people would keep it at the same spot, so yeah, it is very subjective. Leave me a comment if you think this is useful or not. Another feature for me would be that I can also attach my microphone arm to the keyboard holder itself. This also means that I can finally say goodbye to my non-aesthetically pleasing do-it-yourself microphone stand. As a conclusion, I would say that it does what it is supposed to do, has some nice features and feels sturdy enough. Just like all the other hardware of Trak Racer, you can see that thought went into its design and production. Now, I also think that not having the holder attached to the rig itself is a big bonus when it comes to the additional noises from resonance with your sim rig. I would say that around €100 for a piece of hardware like this is certainly a good bang for buck value. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had something from this video. If you buy new hardware, don't forget you can thank the content creators by using an affiliate link. You donate a tip that way without any cost to yourself. I will see you all next video. Bye bye.